Pentonville Prison. Even the name hangs heavy in the air, a shroud of dread woven into its syllables. This institution, with its grim history, has become synonymous with the darker aspects of human nature and the justice system. A monolithic spectre, it looms over Caledonian Road, casting a long, cold shadow for over a century. Its presence is a constant reminder of the lives it has contained and the stories it has swallowed whole. Its forbidding walls have witnessed unimaginable suffering, its cells echoing with the ghosts of the past. The cries of the condemned and the whispers of the forgotten seem to linger in the air, creating an atmosphere thick with sorrow and regret. It stands, a testament to Victorian ideals of punishment and reform, yet its true legacy whispers from the shadows, a chilling narrative of despair, madness, and death. The architecture itself tells a story, one of rigid control and unyielding discipline. The prison's very architecture seems designed to crush the human spirit. High walls and narrow corridors create a sense of claustrophobia, a physical manifestation of the mental and emotional confinement experienced by its inmates. Towering walls, devoid of ornament, speak of an uncompromising severity. The stark, unadorned surfaces reflect the harsh realities of life within, where every detail is stripped down to its most brutal essence. Tiny barred windows offer only slivers of the sky, a cruel reminder of the freedom that lies beyond reach. These small apertures are the only connection to the outside world, a world that seems impossibly distant. To enter Pentonville is to step into a world apart, a place where hope struggles to survive. The very air feels different, heavy with the weight of countless lost dreams and broken spirits. It is a place where time seems to stand still, and every moment is a reminder of the relentless march of justice. Completed in 1850, Pentonville Prison was born of a new era in criminal justice. It was designed to embody the principle of separate system confinement, a radical concept intended to reform criminals through isolation and introspection. Each prisoner was confined to a solitary cell, cut off from all human contact save for the chaplain and the wardens. The theory was sound, the execution, however, proved far more brutal. The silence within these walls was deafening. It pressed in on the inmates, a constant companion to their loneliness and despair. Many succumbed to madness, their minds fracturing under the strain of perpetual solitude. The intended reform often morphed into a different beast altogether, a descent into the darkest recesses of the human psyche. Over the years, Pentonville has become a breeding ground for chilling tales whispered amongst inmates and guards alike. Stories of disembodied footsteps echoing down empty corridors, of spectral figures glimpsed at cell doors, of whispers and moans carried on the night air. The prison, it seems, has absorbed the suffering it has contained, the anguish of countless souls seeping into its very fabric. One frequently recounted tale speaks of a former guard driven mad by the horrors he witnessed. His tortured spirit, it is said, still wanders the prison wings, his anguished cries echoing through the dead of night. Whether mere legend or a chilling truth, such stories serve as a constant reminder that within Pentonville's walls, the line between the living and the dead can be terrifyingly thin. The prison's registry reads like a roll call of infamy. Notorious criminals, murderers, and revolutionaries have all passed through Pentonville's gates, leaving behind an indelible stain on its history. Their stories, etched in the cold stone and iron bars, offer a glimpse into the human capacity for both depravity and despair. One such figure is John Lee, the man they couldn't hang. Sentenced to death for murder, Lee survived 3 attempts to execute him by hanging. The trapdoor refused to open, the rope snapped as if some unseen force intervened. His sentence was eventually commuted to life imprisonment, a chilling reminder of the capricious nature of fate within Pentonville's walls. Section 5. The Condemned Man's Walk. For those who met their end within Pentonville, the final hours were a study in agonizing anticipation. The minutes seemed to stretch into eternity, each tick of the clock a reminder of the inevitable fate that awaited them. The air was thick with despair, and the walls seemed to close in, amplifying the sense of impending doom. The condemned cell, a stark chamber located just steps from the execution room, bore witness to their final prayers whispered in the dead of night. It was a place where hope flickered faintly, overshadowed by the grim reality of what was to come. Their desperate pleas for reprieve echoed off the cold stone walls, a haunting symphony of sorrow and regret. Each prayer was a final attempt to grasp at the thin threads of mercy, a last bid for salvation. The short walk to the gallows, known as the condemned man's walk, was a journey into oblivion. Each step taken was heavy with the weight of finality, the corridor a passageway to the unknown. The execution of Dr. Crippen in 1910 cast a long shadow over Pentonville. His case became one of the most infamous in British history, a tale of murder and mystery that captivated the public. Found guilty of murdering his wife, Crippen's trial was a media sensation, with every detail scrutinized and debated. The courtroom was a theater of drama where the stakes were life and death. Crippen's case gripped the nation, with newspapers splashing his story across their front pages. Public opinion was divided, with some convinced of his guilt and others harboring doubts. Despite public outcry and lingering doubts about his guilt, he was hanged within Pentonville's walls. The execution was swift, but the controversy surrounding his case lingered on. His ghost, some say, still haunts the execution chamber, a lingering presence that speaks volumes of the life and death struggles played out within these walls. The echoes of the past remain, a testament to the grim history of Pentonville. The stories of those who walked the condemned man's walk are etched into the very fabric of the prison, a chilling reminder of the finality of justice and the human cost of crime. Section 6. The Weight of Silence. The silence of Pentonville is not merely the absence of sound. It is a heavy, oppressive entity, pregnant with the weight of countless unspoken stories. It seeps into the very marrow, a constant reminder of the solitude and despair that permeated these walls. Scratchings on cell walls, testament to the inmates' desperate attempts to communicate, to leave their mark on a world that sought to silence them. Messages of love, of anger, of despair etched into the cold stone. These silent cries echo still, a haunting reminder of the human cost of confinement within Pentonville's unforgiving embrace. Section 7. Unseen Eyes Watching. There are corners in Pentonville where the air hangs especially heavy, where an unnerving feeling of being watched pervades. The guards, hardened by years of service, speak in hushed tones of cold spots, of sudden drops in temperature, of the sensation of unseen eyes boring into their backs. Some attribute these occurrences to the building's age, to the settling of old stone and iron. Others believe they are manifestations of something more sinister, the residual energy of countless tormented souls. Whether the product of overactive imaginations or genuine paranormal phenomena, these stories add another layer of unease to the already oppressive atmosphere of Pentonville. Section 8. Echoes of Anguish. It's impossible to walk the corridors of Pentonville without feeling the echoes of the anguish that transpired within its walls. The ghosts here are not merely apparitions. They are woven into the very fabric of the building, their presence felt in the cold drafts, the unsettling noises, the pervasive sense of sorrow. The stories linger, the condemned man's last meal, the chaplain's whispered prayers, the thud of the trapdoor, the gasps for air abruptly silenced. These are the echoes that refuse to fade, the chilling reminders that Pentonville was more than just a prison. It was a place where lives were taken, where spirits were broken, where hope went to die. Section 9. A place of penance and pain. Pentonville was intended as a place of penance, a place where criminals could reflect on their crimes and emerge reformed. Yet for many, it became a living hell, a place where the weight of their sins, real or imagined, crushed them utterly. The prison's very design, intended to isolate and punish, often served to exacerbate the mental anguish of its inmates. The panopticon design, with its central observation tower, created an environment of constant surveillance. The prisoners, never knowing when they were being watched, lived in a perpetual state of fear and paranoia. For some, the isolation proved unbearable, leading to mental breakdowns, suicide attempts, and a descent into madness. Section 10, Pentonville, where shadows linger. Today, Pentonville Prison remains operational, its Victorian severity a stark contrast to the modern world outside its walls. The prison, with its imposing architecture and foreboding presence, stands as a testament to a bygone era. Its walls, thick and unyielding, have witnessed countless stories of despair and hope, of punishment and redemption. The very air around Pentonville seems to carry the weight of its history, a palpable reminder of the countless souls who have passed through its gates. Yet the echoes of its past linger, woven into the fabric of the building, whispered on the wind that whistles through its barred windows. Each creak of the floorboards, each distant clang of metal seems to tell a story of its own. The shadows that dance on the walls at night are not just tricks of the light, but memories of the past, forever etched into the very stone of the prison. It's as if the building itself is alive, breathing and remembering. It stands as a chilling reminder of a darker time in our history, a time when punishment often bordered on torture and where reform and brutality went hand in hand. The cells, small and confining, were designed to break the spirit, to reform through suffering. The heavy metal gates, the narrow corridors, all speak of a time when the line between justice and cruelty was often blurred. The very design of the prison was meant to instill fear, to remind inmates of their transgressions and the price of their freedom. Pentonville remains a place where shadows linger, where the boundary between the living and the dead seems perilously thin. The stories of ghostly apparitions, of unexplained sounds and sightings add to the eerie atmosphere. It's a place where the past and present coexist, where the spirits of those who once walked its halls seem to linger, unable to move on. The very air feels thick with history, with the weight of countless lives lived and lost within its walls. It is a place that continues to fascinate and repel in equal measure, a stark monument to the darkest recesses of the human experience. Visitors often speak of an overwhelming sense of dread, of being watched by unseen eyes. Yet there is also a morbid curiosity, a desire to understand the lives of those who were once confined here. Pentonville is a place of contrasts, of light and shadow, of hope and despair. It is a reminder of the capacity for both cruelty and compassion within the human soul. And as long as its walls stand, the whispers of its past will continue to haunt the streets of London, a chilling reminder of the ghosts that reside within. The stories of Pentonville are not just tales of the past, but living memories that continue to shape the present. The prison stands as a testament to the enduring power of history, a place where the past is never truly forgotten. It is a haunting reminder of the shadows that linger both within its walls and within the human heart.